Okay. Oh, I'm probably live. Okay, let me check. Oh, probably live. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep this open because let's do it like this. So I'll have to keep this open because I don't know will someone actually came and watch this, but in any case I need to follow the chat if actually someone came to. So let me minimize this. So what I'm doing right now is I'm working on a new game. So I wanted to show you how that actually goes, especially these graphic work. Let me show you what I made so far and explain what this game is about. So what I'm working right now is a map of a ship on which these games take place. It's a pretty big map, as you can see. It's probably, let me check the size, it's around 42 by 42 centimeters. So it's an A3 format. I guess two of them combine in one big board. Now I don't have a camera for now, so you can't actually see me, you can only hear me talking, but this is what I have made so far. I want to have this look like it's a blueprint, you know, black and white old, because the game is actually set in 1926. So it's an old merchant fishing ship, you know, made in Croatia. It's called Mare Istra, and this is 3 decks on that ship. So oops. So we have this here upper deck. So this here is the upper deck, where you can actually go outside on the deck and, you know, watch at the sea if you want to. Although in this game you don't want to do that. I'll explain why very soon. There is also a lower deck here, so you go below, and this is actually split in half. So like, for instance, if you want to go from the upper deck, you have these little staircases. So you go here in the staircase and you get here. But if you want to go into this part of the lower deck, you actually have to use other staircase from here. And there are also staircases that leads to the bilge. I actually have to write those because people will probably be a bit confused. So I think I'm gonna add those here. So let's put it in text, something like this. So let's put it staircase to the lower deck. Okay, let me fix this. Yep. And just to be sure you can see this text, let's see, layer. I need a stroke, so we're gonna put some white stroke around it. Yeah, let's make it a bit bigger. Alright, so I think staircase is actually written together. Staircase to the lower deck. And let's make this stroke a bit opacity. Yeah, actually I have an idea. Let's keep the opacity. I'm just gonna use this color here. Yeah, it's actually much better. So let me just check, because I always have to check these for spelling. Okay, staircase to the lower deck. And I actually, yeah, staircase to the lower deck. And let's just copy that. and put one here. Staircase to the lower deck. This staircase to the upper deck. Yeah, let's do it like that. And another one here. Oof. Well, I need to figure out something here because I don't want to mess this up. I guess I can do it like make a line that goes all the way there. So, well, actually, should be black. And do it like this. And just copy this filter. Yeah, guess it can work like that. Yeah, that's good enough. And I need to make the same here. Staircase to the bilge. Is it bilge? Yeah. This is how this part of the ship is called. Okay, let me check quickly. Yeah, probably not gonna have any watchers. But that's okay. Okay, so let me check. Oh, did I mess? Oh, damn. I messed up my... Okay. This time copy it, don't move it. Okay. Bilge. Or how it's spelled, bilge? I'm not so sure. I'll have to check it out. And one here. And I need a similar here, but this one says staircase to the lower deck. Staircase to the lower deck. Oh, damn. Okay. Staircase to the lower deck, and let's just copy it like this. Duplicate layer. Alright, so I guess that's enough. Alright, so what do we have in this ship? Well, we have lots of rooms. As you can see, they are split in between their doors. That's important in this game. And there are some rooms that I call the main rooms. They are more important during a game. And these are blue ones, as you can see on the map. These blue rooms there. I think 15 of them or 16. Let me check. No, 16 of them. When you have to seed something in it, some kind of a tokens, you just roll a d3. You know, I mean, you roll 3d6 dice. So that's why they go from 3 to 18. So the lowest number when you're rolling 3 dice is obviously 3, and the highest is 18. There are also these spawn points or noise points, because something bad's gonna spawn on this ship and it's gonna hunt you down. So these red numbers are actually where you're gonna roll for noise, and that's where the noise gonna be put, and then that noise can actually move or be revealed, and when you reveal, it's actually monsters. So I guess I can start talking about what this game is about. So game is called Mare Istra. It is a cooperative game for up to 6 players, and it is a story. It is a horror survival game. It is a story of the ship during the 1926 that got stuck on the reef close to the shores of Iceland, which actually hit one of the cities of the deep ones. So after the storm, ship got stranded, and all kind of monsters and horrific aquatic nightmares just jump on the ship and attack the crew. And now you're trying to survive. What's gonna happen is there are 20 crew members, which I already prepared some cards. I can show you that. Let me see. These are the crew cards, by the way. So this is how they look like. So there will be 20 crew members, and I found really good cultural portraits online, which I'm gonna use, because obviously if I get to draw this, the game's not gonna be finished very soon. And it is a print and play, so I can use whatever just before I actually do, you know, mine kind of drawings. So there is a 20 crew members, and you as a players, they're gonna be. This is like a normal card, the size of a poker card. So at the beginning of the game, you're gonna shuffle this deck. This is how the back of the deck looks like. You're gonna shuffle this deck. You're gonna take 2, and then you're gonna choose which one you wanna keep. What you're looking for is these. As you can see, this guy is able seaman, but there are some other. Let me show you. I already made some. Like this guy here. He's electrician. So there are some occupations which are kind of important. So they're gonna prepare a character a bit for you, like what items they start with or what kind of abilities they have. And you don't have many items or abilities at the beginning. It's a really tough horror survival game where you actually have to move over the ship and find the better things, maybe even weapons, because you're not gonna start with any weapons, and you cannot fight monsters without the weapons. So you kind of starting from scratch. You are very vulnerable, and if the monster attacks you, you have only one option. If you don't have a weapon, you have only one option: either run or hide. Otherwise, you're gonna die, because it's so easy to die in this game. So there will be lots of these crew members, 20 of them, and at the beginning you take 2 cards, you choose which one you want to take, and then you actually have to make your character, because as you can see, there is only name and the occupation, but these traits, move, skill, sanity, and luck, you're gonna roll 4d6 dice and you're gonna assign them here. So for the movement, you're gonna see how much your character can move through the ship. Skill is important for any test that involves your operating machines or doing something for the mission, because there will be mission, or actually they are called crisis. Sanity, of course, whenever you encounter monster or something really scary happens, you're gonna have a sanity check. And the luck, which is kinda variable, because you're gonna get some points of luck that you can then spend to roll 2 dice when doing the test, and so it's gonna go down. So if you have like 5 luck, when you spend it, you're just gonna erase it, and you're gonna have 4 luck, and so on. So you actually write on these cards, and or you can track this using a dice, which also can be a possibility. But this is a all kind of game, you know, those games that were coming out during the 80s, when people didn't really think about, you know, I don't want to streamline this, I just want to make a game that I want to play, so this is like a really old school game. So you're gonna make your character, and depending on your role, that character can be really poor, you don't know. Well, you're gonna have to assign those dice and decide which gonna be for you. And then you're gonna have to do some missions, and the main mission is basically this. You have to get I can show you on this map. So this is where your character starts, in this safe room here, the red one on the map with the number 3. So this is like a room which has a thick steel door which can't be penetrated. So this is the safest room on the ship, this one here. So your character is going to start there, and you can actually go and lock doors. Well, you can bar doors, but the moment you pass through this door into this room, you kind of save, because if the monster is going to come to attack you, it can't penetrate this door and it's going to go away. The problem is this: you have 24 turns, and I actually have to make a turn marker. I just started to make this little like how it's called, legend, where you have like where it's everything written down, like these are the main rooms, and I need to put the what these red numbers means, what these little numbers means, and so on. That's going to be written here. I need to put the tonnage and how many crew members, you know, like some kind of and where it's made, this ship. And anyway, I was talking about safe room. So actually I was beginning to talk about the mission. So the main mission is you have to go all the way here to the room number 14, which if you check here, the room number 14 is radio room. So you have to go to the radio room, do a skill check and send a radio signal for help, and then you also have to find a signal pistol and use it on one of these. It's going to be randomized on one of these noise spawn places. So it must be on the upper deck, so either maybe from space number 7 or 10 or 11, depending what you roll. You're just going to put a little marker. So that's your main mission, and then you have to survive 24 hours, basically 24 turns. So the turn marker will start counting 24. Either you send a signal or not. So if you don't manage to do that in 24 hours, you immediately lose the game. But besides this main mission, which is always the main mission, you have to radio for help and send a signal. There will be some crisis cards seeded in one of the event decks, which event deck is going to have 24 cards. Well, because each turn you're going to draw one card and something's going to happen on the ship. That's how you see these rooms with encounters and all kind of stuff, even some events that's going to be kept in play. So you can survive. Well, really depends on you, because this is a sandbox game. Like, you can just hide in some locker and try to survive like that. But I want to prevent that with these crisis cards, which if you don't do these crisis cards, they can actually destroy the ship. So one of the crises could be there is a fire in the engine room, which is here, I think. No, engine room is number 11. So there is a fire in the engine room, and if you don't put up the fire by that much time, the ship's gonna explode, everybody's gonna die. Or the crisis can be there are some others. I don't want to spoil it too much. I just keep up about this. But there could be even a hidden traitor thing. So there will be 12 crisis cards, and you seed 2 of them in the event deck, and I explained that in the rulebook that I'm writing how you do that. Anyway, as I said, the main mission goal is that you send for radios, fire up the signal, and then on the 24th turn you have to get to these ships lifeboats. There is one here and one on here, which can take up to 5 crew members, and that's the maximum you can take. So if you have more alive crew members, which I doubt it's gonna actually happen, but it could happen, and if you lose some of these ships, which can also happen, well, then you can't leave the ship and you lose the game anyway. So there are lots of things going on here in any case. Let me check. So I'm just gonna continue making this map here for now. So I need to write something down up here. So tonnage. Okay, let me give me some white color. So tonnage. I was thinking maybe 25,000 tons. It's a big ship. I guess that's kind of correct. I don't know. I can always change this thing later. So crew 20. Year of do you say year of production or I'm not so sure. I think they like when the ship is actually put into the service, maybe something like that. Years of service. Yeah, I'm gonna write that. Years of service 18, because that's how much years actually is the ship in service. So we're gonna put something like that. Then I need to put this thing. Oh damn, come on, don't do this to me. Duplicate layer. Alright, so I was thinking I need to, let's do it like this. Noise spawn points, and I need to make this red because those numbers are red, and maybe if I put this like this, oops, no, too much. So that's gonna help when people like setting up the game, so they know what are those numbers are. So no spawn points, and I think that's enough of that. Nothing else needs to be done. I need to make a timer track. So it's gonna be really easy like this, something like this. I mean similar. I just need these numbers. Actually it's turn track, not a timer track. So turn track going from 1 to 24, I guess. And I might put something in between like this. Yeah, but I'll see about that. So 24 turns. I guess I can put 12 in a row. So let me see how that look like. So either like this. The thing is, will that actually get here, or I need to make some more rows? 6 with 4. I guess 6 with 4 would be much better. Yeah, let's do 6 by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Yep. Now I'm thinking, do I need this in between? I mean, it's gonna go around like this, I guess. I guess so. So let's see, it's going from left to right, so this one goes here. One here. And one here. Yeah, that's about right. And then we're just gonna put these numbers. This is like a clock ticking down. Or up, actually. Well, it can go both ways, I guess. It can go from down to up, or from up to down. Guess you can track it as you see fit, as long as it's going like forward or backward. So 18, oops. All right. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna turn this into PNG. I'm gonna export it. I'm actually working in Corel because really good for these vectors images, which you need to then scale down for rasterized. So export, let's call it a timer. And let's put it here. If I put the layer as divide, he's just gonna make it white for me, so I don't have to think about that. Alright. So this is where you can track your turn. And do I actually want to make it in some other color? Let me think. Ooh. I think something like blue. Or maybe red. Let me look. Let me check. I have one watcher, and that's probably me. I can play with saturation here. I want it to be a bit blue. Yeah, like that. To correspond with the rest of things. Okay, and let's take that color and write here down turn track. Some people may know this is a turn track. Okay, and that's all that I need on the board. Map, important rooms, I mean number for important rooms, noise spawn points, and the rest is explained in the, let me just check something, check spelling. The rest is explained in the rulebook, so I don't have to write everything on the main board. And I'm probably gonna make this board a bit, oh maybe not, I mean more width. I can't affect the height, but I cannot affect the width, so width, oh, I can't even pronounce that. So because some of these are pretty close to the edge, so I guess I need to move it somewhere else. Or I can rotate that, I guess. I'm gonna probably rotate that, that's for sure. This part here, it says staircase to the upper deck. Right now Photoshop is checking the spelling, so if I made any spelling mistakes it's gonna tell me. Tonnage, oh yeah, you see, change. What? Where is that? No, that's ignore. That's it. Did I seriously write here 25 instead of 1000? I put the O's. 0, 0, 0. Yeah, I did. Tonnage 25,000 tons. Crew 20. Years of service 18. Alright, so I was thinking this text here is pretty close to the edge, and that's not good. So just to rotate it, let me check that. Which one is that? This one. I was thinking something like this. Yeah, that's actually much better. Okay, let's save. I hope that's the end of the map. Although I might do something like this. Let me show you this. So on the upper deck I was thinking to draw some details. So let's make one layer here, and let's take a black color, and let me see, some kind of a brush, just to try. I mean, I'm not gonna do it right now probably, because I'm not so sure I want to do it. But you know, I can draw here, like, you know, can draw some kind of a superstructure here, like there is something, maybe a crane, or I don't know, you know. So you know, something like that, and then I can make it a bit like this, but I'm not so sure about it. I kind of like the clean look, and it may interfere with the rest of the because I can copy like this, you know. And you know, so there is something on the board. Well, now that I look at it, it looks like, you know, something interesting. Oh, oops, what did I do? I don't want to fill that. So I can do something like that. Let me check. So let me take this color here, and what did I do? Pretty unprofessional channel for drawing. Anyway, no, give me this color. See, can make it like that. Let me see this, like, how does it look like? I'm not sold on it, so I can always, you know, make it go away. We'll see. Just an idea for now. We'll see. Anyway, I'm kind of satisfied how this map looks by now. So that's the map for now. It's saved. We're gonna save it as the JPG. Yeah, like this one. So I can import that later on the tabletop simulator when I'm gonna make a mod. So that's kind of done. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna make these item cards. I have an idea how I want them to look. So let's make a card, and this is how you do it. So I noticed that the regular poker card is like 750 pixels with 10,050 pixels, and I'm always using 300 dpi and RGB color because I don't use SMIC, because you can always transfer later on. When you check the centimeters, that's like 6.35 centimeters with 8.89. So that's your poker card. But I usually do it in pixels because I do with the pixels because I export everything to Tabletop Simulator. That's how I make the prototype for the games. So that's why this is fast. Like, I think someone working on this kind of a game which has a lot of components which I have to make probably last month, while I can do it like in probably, well, I started 3 days ago, so I guess over this weekend I might have a finished game, so could take less than a week. Anyway, this is a card, and I'm just gonna fill it for now. I need some kind of a color of the old paper, but a bit yellowish, so this looks good. Yeah, it looks good. Let's see, is there anyone to interact with? Oh, there are 2 guys watching, or girls, or who knows. Well, if you have something to say, please comment. I feel alone here. Anyway, the next thing is I need some kind of a texture, and I did get all kind of stuff from the internet, but this one looks kind of promising. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this part here, let's copy that into this file, and then we're gonna work with that for start. Usually I always do overlay first. Let me see how it looks like when the colors are inverted. Looks better. Then I'm gonna tone it down a bit. lower the opacity, and that's gonna be probably our back for a card. Well, not completely, because I have one more effect I want to add. So I have some more stuff that I can put here, and if I remember, here it is. I have this thing, so let's see this texture, how it's gonna work with this, because I need some kind of a texture like all paper on it. And this has a like you can actually see here, has like those like shadows. So that's what I need. We're gonna put that, and let's go soft light. It doesn't look that good. Oh yeah, you can see it now. If I remove all the colors from it, actually colors are not that bad. Let's see, working with the brightness, yeah, and the contrast. So I want to emphasize those textures there. Let's actually remove the colors. Let's see how it's gonna be. So saturation, yeah, that looks pretty good. And then I'm gonna take this and just oh wait, it's not gonna work like that. I'm gonna take some dodge and just makes part in the center a bit white. Yeah, I think that's enough. What I'm making is I want everything to look a bit old, like old in the design wise way. So if you would buy some game from the I don't know, maybe 70s or 80s, they didn't have much options when they making graphic design, so everything was pretty cheap looking, which I'm going for right now. So I'm gonna put some like borders, but they just gonna be regular borders. I just want to see how it's gonna look. Okay. Oops. All right. Let's merge that down. And then I'm just gonna oops, no. So that's centered right now. And then we're just gonna make it a bit it's gonna be destroyed a bit around, oh no, not that much around the edges. So I'm applying really slight pressure of my pen, so it's with the eraser, so it's deleting a bit around. Oh, okay, that's too much. So I'm making edges to be a bit like worn out. All right. Okay, that's too much. Come on, just a little, please. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. All right. I'm kind of satisfied with that. And then we're gonna put some opacity down. That's gonna be the border. And I have one kind of a let me check. I have one design that I really liked. These are all the games I'm working on right now, so you can see lots of stuff. I think it was here. No, not here. Here. Let me check. Yeah, I need this part here. That's what I need. So let's copy that into here. I don't need it red though, so it's gonna actually be white. Actually, let me play with vibrance a bit. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I need a white part here. Just plain white, I guess. And I need one of these lines. I guess I'm gonna take one of these. All right. But I need to lower this a bit. So let's scale it up to here, I guess. All right. Alright, so the upper part is where the item is gonna be, the lower part is there's gonna be text explaining how the item works. Alright, so let's put actually some items. So I have a lot of stuff that I download from internet. So for instance, stuff like this, because I need this kind of part. Do I actually need this? No, I don't think I actually need this. Oh, damn! I'm not satisfied with the resolution. I might actually have to draw this. Okay, I will have to go online. And find a really good image and then maybe draw it. So that's called wrench. Old. Oh yeah, something like this. Yeah. Something like this. So I actually have to draw this because I'm not satisfied with that image. There are some images I can use, the things that I can't use, well, I have to draw over it. This looks pretty good. So we're gonna copy and we're going to go, oh, by the way, I can close the corel. I'm not gonna use it anymore. We are going to Artrage, and this is where I draw most of my stuff. So here it is. Let's see, what do I want to use? So I really like those old drawings where all the lines are of the same thickness. You know, they almost looks like a technical drawings. Now, okay, just a second. Now this here, like, I'm not so sure this will cut it. I mean, it's not, this pen is not good enough because it's kind of has a variable thickness, and you know, it just doesn't look good. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make my own. So that's an ink pen. Let's start with the hard stiff. Okay. No, that's not what I need. Technical pen. Okay. All right. Yeah, but yeah, this technical pen could work. Yeah, this could work. So we're gonna take this. All right. So let's just try for now. Maybe a bit thicker. Yeah, this could actually work. Of course, when I see it on the card, I will know is it good enough or not. So I might actually scrap all of this and just start looking for a better image. These little rings, I wonder how you use this old tool, how these rings were working. Looks like some kind of a spring that you rotate, and then this thing goes up or down. I'm guessing that's how it works. Okay. Come on. Come on, hand. Do a steady line. Okay. Why is it so hard? That's yeah. Okay, I'll get it eventually. Okay, let's use some. Oh no. Let's use some help with the program. Let me check. I think if I hold control, yeah. Oof, but that's too thick. Yeah, control. Yeah, there it is. Okay, let's see how that looks like. Oops. Sorry if I'm not talking much when I'm drawing, but I'm just kind of focusing. All right, let me see. Okay, looks kind of good, but I'm gonna do some things. Okay, I need to crop to selection and export image file. Let's do PNG and let's just call it a tool. And let's see how it's gonna work. Multiply. Well, it can work, but I think I need to do something. I need to give it a bit shadow. To make it a more three-dimensional. So let's do it here in this program. Okay. Alright. Kinda looks better. I need some kind of a brush. Yeah, brush stroke. There it is. Let me see. What? So I'm kind of backtracking to that original idea, where I need some kind of a brush stroke. But could this work? Yeah, it can work. The only problem is I will need to color this inside. Well, not really. I can do it like this. Just just make a selection and just fill it with color, because this thing here is like it's all straight lines, so it's faster like this. Just make selection around it. Okay. I guess that can work. And now I need text. How is this thing called? Adjustable wrench. Monkey wrench. Monkey wrench. Okay, I like that name. Monkey wrench. All right. Okay, let me make this into background. No, it's impossible. There must be some way. Actually, it's fine. What I'm trying is to align the text so it is in the center. Okay, so that's kind of center. So that's a monkey wrench. But then we need to add some kind of a things what it is exactly. So it's a item. Tool. And you can use kind of different font. I need something that's like a bit skewed. Yeah. Well, apparently this this font doesn't have italic, but we can always make it italic. Well, that's it. Let me check something. Gonna check some kind of fonts to see what do I actually need. Come on, I had some really good fonts. Just need to find them. No, this is all like triangle, everything I think, then just I work visually, so when I see something that I really like, I just stick with that. But I definitely need a font that is more compressed, because there is some of these cards will have a lot of text. Yeah. Let me check the rest. So it's 11. I'm not sure. I kind of like the first font. It's called Label, I think. Yeah. Item, tool. Well, let's add one more thing. Weapon. Or should I stick with the same font? Try the same font. Item, tool, weapon. Let's make it really small. Yeah, that could work. I like it. I can even do this. Although I kind of like these things. Yeah. Don't do it. See, when I try to align it with this yellow part of the, it's moving everything, but it shouldn't. Like, I guess I can do this. No, can't. Okay, well, I'm gonna rasterize this type, and I'm gonna push it like this a bit. Then I can even, make it like this a bit, and that's it. item tool weapon, and then there is an explanation text here. I'm just gonna copy this, and I guess I can use 11 font. This tool can be used also as a weapon. With a range of 1 room to hit. So what would be this weapon to hit? So you have to roll a d6, and you're fighting with a wrench, and it should be like really hard to hit something with it, because there is also a revolver, a rifle, a knife. I guess 6 plus. Because it's a lousy weapon, but it should be a good tool. Oh wait, why do I need this thing? Let me just check my... because I have a list of all items that's gonna be in the game. I just forgot what this thing should be doing, I mean, as an item. Let me just check. Give me a moment. I have a lot of these writings laying around, because usually I write everything down on paper before I start working on the game. And somewhere I did write everything, like every item and what they should be doing. Interesting. Ah, okay. So to hit is 6, but you have up to 3 rerolls. So it's hard to hit, but you can reroll 3 times. So that's what does it do. The another thing you can do, it's for oh yeah, skill tests. If you have this item, if you have this tool, any skill tests that are done in machine shop, engine room, or boiler room can be re-rolled, can be re-rolled once, and that's basically what this thing do. So you have a monkey wrench which you can use as a weapon. It hits on 6+, but you have up to 3 rerolls, so you can hope you're gonna hit at least once on the 3 rerolls. And if you have this tool, any skill tests that are done in machine shop, engine room or boiler room can be rerolled once. So for a skill test in this game, like if I roll and I get maybe 4, and I apply that 4 to my skill test at the beginning of the game when I'm making my character, I need to roll lower than that. So I need 1, 2 or 3 to pass a test. So it's not going to be easy, because it's like 50-50 chance. But if I have a monkey wrench and I need to do these skill tests, well, maybe it's not enough. Let's say if you have this tool, any skill tests that are done in machine shop, engine room or boiler room can be re-rolled up to 2 times. Yeah, let's give this monkey wrench a bit, usefulness, not just like a weapon but also as a tool. Of course, it may happen that some crisis that gonna happen on the ship doesn't actually demand of you to be in the machine shop, engine room or the boiler room, but it's all about, not there won't be 2 games with the same outcome in this type of a game. Anything that can happen here. So let me just do some corrections here, because I want this to go up from one point to another. And I'm kind of satisfied how this looks. Kind of looks like those old, actually, if you really want to make it to look like old, they usually, this will never, like, these borders were never perfectly aligned or printed. So let me rotate this a bit, maybe slightly. Here it is. Unprofessional card. And let's add some more stuff to it. So let's do this. Okay, let's try this and multiply and take this color here, make it like, a bit like someone was drawing something around it. Yeah, that's gonna be a final touch. That's gonna be our item cards. That's how they're gonna look. Let me just check spelling here. Oh, here's a maybe I rotated this too much. Maybe just slightly like that. Okay. We're gonna save that as item cards. And I think that will be all for today's stream. The rest I'm gonna do in secret, because I don't want to show too much of a game. I mean, I want to make the other characters and have what occupations they're gonna have and what kind of items they're gonna have. And when I have enough of these made, well, I'm kind of on a pretty, well, I might I might draw some monsters on this train too. Yeah, I guess I can do that. This is all saved. Let's do some monsters before I go and make. I'm gonna need this. Alright, so let's see. New painting. Now width should be 750 with it's like a poker card, but I'm actually going to use this as a side image, so I need 300 dpi, so it's something like this. So I need 4 monsters. I need the deep one, which is the toughest monster. It's not gonna be easy to kill that. It actually has a save roll, so even if you hit him, he might actually survive. While none of human characters have a save roll, unless you can actually get some items that's gonna grant you a save roll, or some specific actions. Like when you're running, you actually have a save roll. So if you run past the monsters, if you pass a save roll, you're just will not be able to grab you or hit you and stuff like that. So there is a deep one, there is a hybrid, there is a one thing that looks like a nightmare eel, and there is a thing that's like screaming, and it's like a mix of human head and a crab. So it walks like on those spidery legs and keeps screaming and calling other monsters. So that I might actually draw that right now. We'll see. I'm just gonna do some sketches, see what can come to my mind, and I will need some references, of course, because if I'm drawing something from a sea, well, let's see. Let's actually see how the lobster. Let's start with the lobster. I want to see how the lobster legs look like. Oh, not the one that are dead, but actually that are alive. Okay, so it has some kind of a rings around it. Okay, let's just put something on the paper, some kind of sketches. Let's take a pencil. So lobster. Actually, should be like side view. Oh jeez, this already looks like horrific. How will you actually have a human head on the... on the body of the lobster. Okay, here something doesn't work. This leg should be probably something like this. Yeah. Yeah, doesn't look nice. But this is not a nice game. This is a game where you will constantly lose. Wait, should be like those eyes. Okay, let's add some details to this. Okay, let me check those lobster legs again. Okay, so they kind of go like they're thick on the end, then you get another one, and then it's thick at the end again, so it looks like this. Well, since let me check what did I wrote, how this thing operates, because each monster has like a little chart. When you roll in, you're gonna see what's gonna do when it's hunting you. So this one, I just call it a screamer. So his move is D6, so it's kind of really fast, and it hits only on 6. And you roll a d6 to see what it's gonna do. On a 1 it says long hole. Yeah, long hole. Everybody on the same deck must test sanity. Okay, so you can hear it scream. Then on the 2 you have like just a scream. Move every monster on the same deck 1 space toward the closest sailor or crew member. Okay. On a 3 it says move to the sailor and jump on his face on a 5 plus, and that sailor cannot move or do any actions for that whole turn. and he gets one malediction card. Now these malediction cards, oh, this is gonna be awesome, because there is a deck of 20 malediction cards in which, like, you get them face down and they activate later on. So for instance, right now, if you roll a 3 and this thing like moves toward the sailor and jump on his face and just grabs on his face, it actually can infect you. So later on, when you flip that malediction card, you can actually turn into hybrid. So that's so I guess it needs teeth. That's what I was checking. Does it need teeth? Yeah, definitely, because it needs to, it needs to bite you somehow. And it needs, I'm making those fish-like gums and teeth because it is a fish. I mean, it was a sailor before, but now it's just some kind of a bad fish. Oh, that's too much. Let's go like this. Oh my god, it's already like pretty bad. Okay, it definitely needs an ear. To just try to find you by So we're gonna make that, and we're gonna even give him some eels, or how it's called, gills. Yeah, gills. We're gonna give you some gills here, because it is a aquatic monster. So we're gonna give him gills here, and where the neck is, I guess it's gonna start having, let me check the lobster again. Oh yeah, so this is where the lobster body is gonna start, from here. And I need to do this and this. So it's definitely stuff of nightmares. So let's take some white and white those teeth. Oh my god. I wouldn't want to meet this thing in the dark hallway. I guess when it's screaming, I guess the upper half of the head is just folds backward, so it can like really scream. Oh well, it needs a tongue, right? It can't scream without the tongue, or so that's what we need to draw it. Yeah, should be looking like that. Oh fuck. And oh, so I got 2 legs. That's good. So what kind of eyes would it have? That's the question. What kind of eyes this creature would have? The one that actually looks at you? You know? The one that looks at you as it wants to scream? Alright, so I was thinking about the ear, and I guess it's, since it is aquatic, the ear would be really different from the stuff we kinda, so and we need to give him some kind of like, it is wet. It is wet because it's coming from water, so it needs to have those, you know, needs to be how it's called, those wetness needs to be seen on this beautiful face. Okay, let's work on its legs a bit more. So I say let's work on its legs, but I just have to do his beautiful eyes first. I'm guessing that's how his eyes should be. Let's give him some kind of a, you know, fishy kind of a crest here. Wait, not that color. Yeah, something like that. Wow. Alright, let me check that lobster tail. Where is it? Lobster. Oh my god. Okay, so it kind of has its own thing here, like something like this. And it ends like this, I guess. Oh jeez. I don't know. Okay, I need to do the next leg, and then I have to actually I need to delete some of this stuff. I mean, I need to clean it a bit. So let's do something really. Let's merge everything down, because I can always draw over it again. Let's use a razor and just, you know, trim the fat. Okay, I need to watch out here. Now I drew only 4 legs. Guess I can add more. I can always add more legs to this thing. Now let's make it like his tail, like it's scraping his tail on the floor, so it must be like damaged a bit all over here. Now the plan was for my sister to actually draw these creatures, but sadly she doesn't have enough time, so I'm gonna took it on myself. Well, that already looks like something. And now we can go into details. Now, as I said, I want these illustrations to look like, you know, illustrations from the book, like, well, from a nightmare book. But you know how in those books they really like to cross hatch everything. So that's what I'm gonna do. I give it those cross hatch look, because this illustration I'm gonna put it like with low opacity on a yellow. Well, I can actually check how it's gonna look like. So let's say we have a really old paper. So if you have a really old paper, usually it looks like something like this. Actually, let's use this. No, this one. So and then when you put like layer above on to be multiply, you get something like this, and then you can You can lower opacity a bit, let's say 89, and then you can draw further using ink. Now this is a technical palette that I used for that drawing before, but right now I think the thing that I need is a pen that I made called Tarot. So it has those, make it a bit thicker. It has those variable, thickness. So when you drawing lines, you get those comic-y type of lines, and they look like that. So when you draw over it, you get like, something that came out from I don't know how it's that game called, Darkest Dungeon. Yeah, I really like the Darkest Dungeon art style. So I can do that in the end, and it's on separate layers, so I can always remove it and get the look what I want to have. So and I can also do some dark textures, not texture but shadows. I can make everything darker. Yeah. Like this. If I want really dark shadows on some parts, I can do it and make it more three-dimensional. Oops, not that one, but like this. See, it can really add to the whole experience of like drawing of an old drawing of some kind of a creature that once was human, but now it's, well, it's kind of sad. And I can add some more like 3D effects to it, and even use a pencil. So yeah, I can add lots of details from now on, from up to this point. And let me check. Yep. So I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna save it for now. Let me check without the. It's still can actually see how it's coming around. But when I add the texture of the old paper behind, and I'm gonna probably do some writing around it, you know, like someone was drawing this for a encyclopedia or something, you know. Someone saw this creature and just describe it, what does it do, because that's what I need. Also I need to put the shadow underneath, because right now it doesn't really look realistic, but if you put the shadow here, let me show you, like, okay, so give me a second, because I'm drawing for not really good position. I'm just gonna show you that if you, oh come on, can't draw on my lap. Well, let's show it like this. So if you have a shadow underneath, like, you know, like it's walking somewhere, there is a floor and it's walking on the floor, it should be look like this. Right? I actually can't stop drawing. I kind of want to finish it right now. Giving some more three-dimensionality. Is it even the word? Three-dimensionality. I'm giving this creature three-dimensionality. It's not the word. It's a kind of a really horrific creature. Oh boy. Yep. I would say it is stuff of nightmares. It is definitely stuff of nightmares. Let me make some of these lines a bit, yeah. I need the highlights, definitely. So we're gonna use the blend mode with the screen, and if I take some kind of a color that's kind of yellowish, and if I put the thinners on this brush, I think we're gonna be able to make it. So it's too much, so let's lower the opacity to maybe 40. Come on, where is the number of let's say 40. Maybe a bit more, 50. Yeah, definitely getting there. So I'm adding these highlights because my thinking is, it came from a sea. It's kind of wet, so it has these little wet kind of glows all around all on these legs, like you can see it here. So it's kind of shiny on some spots, and let's check it out. Oh yeah, definitely. And if I take some of these colors, I can even do like, thing is, everything is like shining, so if it's walking on the floor, that floor is also shining back. So that's why you have, instead of completely pure black shadows, you can actually see those little shines in it. So it's not a pure black. Some of these teeth also needs to be like, they're growing all over. One or let me actually play this one. So they are not really I mean, it's like those shark teeth, and they kind of grow just teeth over teeth. And I need this side to be a more like this. Yeah, that's definitely stuff of nightmares. That's only one creature. Let me see what I can do here on this layer. Transform. Okay. And let's see. Brightness. Do we need brightness? Not really. Contrast. Yeah, a bit of contrast. No, you're not gonna touch the hue because it was perfect. Color, I can lower color completely and keep it black and white and maybe with some highlights. Actually, I like color on this one. So I'm gonna keep it on, let's say, 5%. Yeah. So we have our first creature. I'm gonna save it as a Screamer. And that's it for now. So tomorrow I might stream making creature charts. I'm gonna use this image and put the rest, or maybe I'm just gonna do it secretly without showing too much, because I want to draw other creatures also. Let me see if I lower the opacity here a bit. Oh yeah. This was how it was before. This is bit. No, definitely I need the black stuff. I need it to be like, you know, a bit black. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream, and oh, someone in the chat actually came. Thanks. Tomorrow I might stream a bit more, but probably tonight I'm gonna do all the characters, because if you check here, I really found some really good characters. Lots of them are really good cultural images. I mean, generally I can't draw like this, but I can use some of these to just make those cards, because I want to put this game super fast, because I want to play it actually. When I'm making games, to be honest, I make games for myself, you know. If someone joins in and plays it, good, but I actually making the games I want to play. And I was looking at that new game called Unfathomable of Fantasy Flight Games. It's actually just a reskin of, and it gave me idea, like you have a large ship and the creatures are coming into it. Couldn't you make something like a survival horror? Why it had to be like with the traitor mechanics and reskin on the Battlestar Galactica? So I was thinking and I said, you know what, I'm gonna make a game like that. I'm gonna make a game which is like old school game, and you're gonna roll some charts just to see what the creature's gonna do. Is it gonna just stay there, or it's gonna attack you? And I really like the mechanics, how your crew members, like you have 20 crew members with all their occupation and skills, but out of those 20, you don't know how many of them like actually alive, because you're starting a game from that. I show you from that little room. Let me show you again. So you're starting a game hidden in that little like a room. Let's open it. Let's open the map again. Alright. So you're starting again from this little red room here, which kind of has a steel door, and you don't know what's going on the ship. Screens have stopped, everything is quiet, and now you need to go out and try to call for help. And as you move through these rooms, on some of these rooms going to be encounter tokens. I need to do a token that looks like something like I'm going to draw it tomorrow on the next stream. You know, some kind of tentacles. So circular token, or maybe I'm just going to keep everything like box token. You know, I mean, easier to cast out. Think about all these old games where everything was just, you know, it looks cheap, but it is not. And so you have these tentacle tokens all around the rooms, and when you enter the room, you're gonna roll on a chart for the encounter. And actually, let me check, what did I write about those chart encounters? I know they are really interesting. Here it is. So you might find a monster, you know, you can be attacked, ambushed by the monster. Or you may find a room full of blood and guts, and who knows what happened there, and your sanity is going to take a toll. Or you can find a dead body. In that case, you're going to draw one crew member randomly from the crew manifest deck. You're going to see who that is. You might draw, like, let's see, ship captain. Oh, you just found a dead ship captain there, killed by these monsters. And then you check on his card and you see, oh, he's coming with the keys that can unlock the armory. So you pick up those keys, but you remove the ship captain card from the whole crew deck, because he's dead right now. He's out of the game. But you might find his item that he was carrying. Or you may find someone alive. So you go into the room and, whoa, there's a crew member there. But that crew member comes with those malediction cards I was explaining later, and they go face down. You take one card randomly face down, and that crew member is now under your control. But that malediction card could be, he could be like psychotic and just want to kill everybody and run away from a ship. Or he can be infected with these disease that turn people into aquatic nightmares. It can actually be turning into deep one and you don't even know. Or let me see my little, what did I wrote? Just give me a second. I have lots of these papers around laying. Here it is. So you can just, and those malediction cards affected. There is one card, I call it an Omen Card. It is double-sided. It has little spaces like a roll and move, you know. So you put little cube at the beginning, and at the beginning each turn you roll, and it's going to move, and something is going to happen. That Omen Card actually dictates how the whole game is going to work. So either that turn you're going to have the event card, because if you roll and move on the little icon with the event card, yeah, you're going to do an event card. If you roll and do a noise, something just came onto the ship and you're going to roll where that noise coming from. Or if there is a noise already, it can be revealed, and then you're going to see some creatures and they're going to start hunt you during the monster phase. But, or it can actually activate these well, actually they activate encounter cards, and the encounter card, if it has a malediction icon, then you have to turn the malediction card, and it's going to tell you which one. So each crew member has a number going from 1 to 20. So if it says the lowest crew member, you're going to check, and if you have like 3, 5, 20 on a board, you're going to go for the 3. So if it has of course a malediction card, you're going to flip it, and then it could be nothing. Everything is fine with that crew member. Could be psychotic, and if he has a weapon, he's going to attack everybody on the room and just run for the boats and just ditch, you know, from a ship. and you need those boats to survive. Or he can actually turn into hybrid, which is a creature that is a bit easier to kill than deep one, but it's still, you know, really bad. Or he can become just catatonic, you know, after all this thing, his mind snapped, and you have to move him around. He's just useless, can't do anything. Or you can just leave him to die. Or maybe he's gonna, you know, get out of it, because you actually have a role where instead of doing action, you roll to see will he actually get out of it and stop being catatonic and do something. Or all kind of stuff. So that's one thing. So you find a crew member now, right? With more crew members, more chances to survive. You know, you have more actions. You can go, you can split your team all over the ship, do some stuff, because you're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to go through the ship and look for weapons and something to, you know, some items that's gonna help you to solve this crisis. But you never know what's gonna happen with that character. He might be okay. He might actually be a monster. So you walk around, everything is fine, and suddenly he just shed his skin and he turns into a deep one and kill everybody in the room. And characters don't have hit points. I mean, this is how it works. Crew member, if it gets hit by a monster, you are knocked down immediately. You lay on the floor and you're wounded, and another player actually has to come to you and help you up on your feet. Otherwise, that's your whole action phase. You're just laying down, and monsters gonna attack either you laying down or on your feet or not. If they hit you again, you die immediately. And character that dies are going out of the game. Their items can actually be salvaged, but that's it. 2 hits and you're dead, and 1 hit is actually already making you like completely useless, unless other players come to bring you down. So and you start the game without any weapons. You have to roam around, hide from monsters. You can actually hide from a monster. There is an option to do that, but you need to be in the room with the locker, so you hide in the locker. But what's the downside? The lockers actually also have the items, so if you hide in the locker, you remove all the items from it and they are gone. So you want to hide, but you don't want to. You have to time it, or you're just gonna run. You're gonna ditch it and hope you're gonna be able to run away from. So at the beginning of the game, everybody's gonna be really vulnerable. But what you can do, you can always go to this safe room here and hide, and wait for the monsters to go away. But time is ticking out. You have 24 turns to finish your main mission. And main mission is quite simple. Well, not quite simple. Main mission is get to this room. Where is it? Room 14. Yeah, let me check. 14 is radio room. Yeah, go to the room 14, pass your skill check, call for the radio. Call for the help from a radio, and then find the flare gun. But where is the flare gun? Well, it's somewhere on the board, and there might be a dead or alive crew member with the flare gun. Maybe it's one of the lockers, but usually it is here in this room number 5, which is the armory. But armory, machine shop, let me check in the rule book quickly. Just give me a second. I started to write a rule book as I'm making a game. Previously I was usually make a game and then do a rule book. Okay, board games, Mare, Istra. Alright, now let's see. Oh, come on. My program stacks a bit, so every time I open this up. Yeah, 4 lock tokens, and place them on the rooms: armory, captain's cabin, radio room, and the machine shop. So you need to find those keys, otherwise you will not be able to get to the radio room. And who has the keys? The captain, which might be alive or dead or in the captain's cabin. But wait, captain cabin is locked. How are you gonna go there? Well, there are some other characters with keys, obviously, but you might not get them. But then you better find an axe or something that can break doors, which you might find or not. So as you see, lots of things can go wrong, and it's not an easy game. Trust me, it's not gonna be easy game. I really don't like easy games. I like games that, like, if you make one mistake, you're dead. Don't make mistakes. Be focused what you're doing, and run away from monsters if you can. Sacrifice. You know, if you have two characters and one has a good chance, because you can control more characters, because you start with one character as a player, but if you find a crew member and it's fine, you know, he's not really psychotic and nothing bad happens, he's gonna move with you. You're gonna control him, you're gonna move him, you're gonna take items for him and do stuff. So sometimes maybe you have to sacrifice him to save the other crew member to do something, to give you some time, because this is not a big ship. I mean, it has lots of rooms and spaces to move on, but when the monsters come into here and they start moving, it's other story. The good thing is you can always bar the door. So these doors that connect rooms can be barred, and there's a little tokens, you put it on there, and some monsters can actually break through it, some can't. And if they can't break, they're just gonna go away. You're gonna remove them from the board, and then later on the noise gonna spawn on some other place and they're gonna get back, you know. So there's a lot like playing cats and mouse on this map with 3 decks, and how you're gonna move it through it, and what stuff you can do. Anyway, that's it. I'm